Vamos carajo, brothers, this is your boy JT and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Signings, a series of course we go through everything happening in and around the world of Leeds United, and we have a little talk about it, and my light is going in full strobe effect light like we're in a nightclub because it can feel the energy, it can feel the rhythm, it can feel the rhyme of Victor Orta's pockets jingling like it's bobsleigh time because Leeds are ready to make some moves. It's not even Victor Orta's pockets that are jiggling, it is Radrizzani's, but he is wiggling his way through owners and agents' DMs like it's nobody's business. So let's get into some of the action that has been unfolding. Just quickly before we do get into the rest of the video, there are a hell of a lot more of you who have just joined us very recently since we've been doing these transfer videos, and as you'll see in these videos, we like to break down some statistics. However, one statistic that is brutally alarming is that 77.2% of you are not subscribed. We are moonwalking our way up there, so if you could please help support me, support you by smashing that subscribe button down below, then that would be very, very much appreciated. Now, on to the rest of the video. And the first story isn't going to be a story that appeases a lot of you Leeds United fan, and that is that Tottenham Hotspur joined the race for Rafinha. Along with fellow North London club Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur have reportedly joined the race to sign in-demand Leeds United attacker Rafinha this summer. Rafinha is apparently highly wanted by Barcelona, and they are thought to be ahead of the queue for the 25-year-old and supposedly had a 5-year contract agreed with the player, but doubts have emerged over the Blaugrana's ability to complete a summer deal given their financial woes. Arsenal have also been linked with a move for the ex-Stade Rennais man, but the Athletic now reports that Tottenham could rival their North London counterparts for his signature. Now, Tottenham Hotspur, will he go there? Will he go to a side that hasn't won the Premier League in colour, hasn't won the first division in colour, don't win any trophies? They're the biggest bottle jobs I've ever seen. They finished third in the 2-horse race. They couldn't buy silverware in Poundland, to be honest with you, and I don't think that this move is going to happen. I think there's even more of a chance of Rafinha going over to Arsenal, and they're in the Europa League. Obviously, there is still pulling power over at Tottenham. If we do put all jokes aside, they do have Antonio Conte at the helm, and Antonio Conte does win everywhere he goes. He is a serial winner and a serial killer in the Premier League, as he showed with his time at Chelsea. But I think there are better options for Rafinha, i.e. Chelsea, i.e. Liverpool, i.e. even Man City, even though I don't think they will go in for him if they do lose Raheem Sterling, i.e. PSG is still lurking around, i.e. Atletico Madrid even. I heard a weird story linking him with Atletico Madrid, but there are a lot of other clubs that I think could go for him that would be a better fit for Rafinha than Tottenham or than Arsenal were, especially with Tottenham having such good success with Kulusevski. Now, would you guys be more upset with him going to Tottenham Hotspur, or would you be more upset with him going to Arsenal, etc.? For me, obviously, look, I made my thoughts and feelings very clear. I want him to go abroad. That would be the ideal situation for me. However, if he was going to have to stay over in England, I mean, at least if he went to Liverpool or Manchester City, he'd be playing for one of the two top clubs in the league, and then I'd be somewhat able to stomach it. But for him to go to a club like Tottenham or to go to a club like Arsenal, it's not as big of a step up as it would be going to one of the two best clubs in the league. And then for me, that just really stings. That does really sting if he does do that. So I really hope that this move doesn't happen. I hope if he does have to go somewhere in England, it will be a Liverpool or a Manchester City. Ideally, he'll go abroad and then we'll get a lot of money from a Barcelona or something like that. But hey, one can only dream. My dream is to keep him, but unfortunately, I'm not Martin Luther King, so I may have had a dream, but it's not going to work out. Unfortunately, he is going to be gone. Now, something that could soften the blow a little bit is this man, Valentin Castellanos. Whites could strike gold with Valentin Castellanos' move, according to Charlie Smith. Leeds United are the front runners to sign New York City FC striker Valentin Castellanos, and we believe the swoop could be Victor Orta's best of the summer. Where have we heard this one before? Oh wait, every single publication, every single day these past 2 weeks, this story has been been rumbling on and on and on and on and on. It just doesn't seem to end. This nightmare of a link of making no moves just doesn't seem to end with Leeds United. The thing that is interesting about this, though, which is why I did bring this to you, is that he has a £10.8 million valuation according to Transfermarkt, which they do touch on here. And I was asking you just the other day, how much would you be willing to spend on Valentin Castellanos? And the most common answer I was getting was around 12 to 15 million pounds. Now they're saying it's a 10.8 million pound valuation. Obviously New York City would be charging a little bit more from that, because Transfermarkt don't take into a lot of factors that contrive someone's transfer value, i.e. how important he is to the club, how much power the club have, do they need to sell him, how long does he have left on his contract, all these different factors that go into making up someone's valuation. And of course the financial stability of that club. And New York City FC, in the situation they're in, they don't need money desperately, so they can easily hold out and get an extra £5 million for it. And I think they will be looking for a valuation of around £15 million, $20 million, something in and around that ballpark, and that could be worth a punt. Look, I think if we do lose Rafinha and we do lose Calvin Phillips, we're going to need a hell of a lot more quality than just Valentin Castellanos. However, for a valuation of around £15 million, I think that's worth a punt. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. But someone who is definitely worth a punt, which is surprising that we got a little bit of mixed response from you guys, is this man Marc Roca, who will be having his medical on Friday as they look to snap him up. That is right, Leeds are moving quick, we're moving thick, we're moving fast for Marc Roca, and he is going to have his medical this Friday. Jesse Marsch has asked Leeds to sign Roca to strengthen his midfield options, and the Whites have reached an agreement on a fee with Bayern Munich. Oh, just look at this Sauce Demon. Take this in real quick. Oh, what an absolute legend. The trim as well. Whew. This looking fire, man. Save some gal for the rest of us. Leeds are speeding to get the Roca deal over the line, with the club planning to put his paces planning to put him through his paces on his medical on Friday, according to Sky Italia. The two clubs are already in the process of exchanging documents relating to the transfer, and if Roca comes through the medical checks, he will sign a contract with Leeds United. The rumoured transfer fee is apparently a €12 million transfer fee, with an additional €5 million to be paid through bonuses, i.e. add-ons, i.e. if he makes a certain amount of appearances, if we maybe qualify for Europe, if we get far in a domestic cup competition, then we will have to pay them the €5 million, which isn't that bad if he does work out for Leeds United. Obviously, if he doesn't work out, we won't have to pay them necessarily, but €12 million, €17 million max, I think it's a good deal. You guys were kind of mixed on it. You said you wanted more Premier League proven quality, and I think a lot of the skepticism does just come because of the fact we might be losing Calvin Phillips. But I think this is a very good deal, and it seems that the deal is going to be wrapped up by Monday on the latest. And the quicker we can get this done, the quicker we can start looking over to other transfer targets, i.e. Valentin Castellanos, Colin Dagba, and the rest. However, one position that it doesn't look like we are looking at right now is left back. Obviously, we have Senior Firpo, and we're not going to be able to sign anyone to get in the position of Senior Firpo, because Senior Firpo is the greatest left back to ever grace the Premier League, to ever grace the beautiful game of football. So obviously we're not going to be able to sign anyone to start over left back unless if we can get Roberto Carlos back, in his prime. Even then I think he will struggle to get in ahead of the Dominican international. However, there was talks obviously yesterday about Colin Dagba. I know he's a right back, and you guys were saying, well, look, James, he can fill in at left back. Even Rasmus Christensen can fill in at left back. That doesn't really convince me, though. I would prefer us to have an actual backup left back if Firpo does get injured. Obviously, with Stuart Dallas none able to do that anymore, there was some talks earlier on about Kai Wagner making his way over to Ellen Road. However, it doesn't look like that deal is going to happen anymore. That deal has gone very, very quiet like a church mouse, unfortunately, and that deal looks like that is well away. There are reports that although it looked like we were going to sell Leif Davis, he is going to be staying at the club. Do you think he has a role to play next year at left back? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that one down in the comments section down below. Now, one move that might be a little bit more exciting for you is Morgan Gibbs-White. Marsh can form deadly duo by signing Morgan Gibbs-White by James Thompson last night. Leeds United have had their fair share of ups and downs since the Yorkshire side made their way back to the Premier League. And one man that they are touting that could help us with our striking woes is Morgan Gibbs-White from Wolverhampton Wanderers. During his loan spell away from Wolves this season, the midfielder showed how much of a deadly attacking threat he is by racking up 12 goals and 10 assists in 37 appearances for Sheffield United. Labelled by David McGoldrick as a player that has the world at his feet, he ended the campaign at Bramall Lane with the joint highest average for key passes per game at just 1.6. This shows how much of a useful player he could be for Leeds and Bamford if he's able to deliver the striker with lots of goal-scoring opportunities. With a reported price tag of £25 million, this is a potential deal that Leeds should be all over, as the Wolves figure certainly has the attacking talent to make sure that Whites aren't facing another long-term relegation battle. Now, midfield, goals and assists, something that we've had a big problem with recently, and we have been looking to try and resurrect that or rectify that with the purchases of players like Brendan Aronson. However, he is most likely going to play in that wide attacking midfield role, and with the formation that we are lining up with at the moment, do we really have space for a player like Morgan Gibbs-White? I think this could be a good deal depending on the price. I think £25 million is a little bit too steep for him, if I am really honest. I think, if there's still a chance, a snowball's chance in hell, we could go for someone like Rodrigo de Paul, obviously a lot higher of a caliber of player. I think this could just be a little stretch too far, a little bit of a stretch too much of money, but it's a good shout. It is a good shout. Let me know what you guys think about Morgan Gibbs-White down in the comments section down below. One that you guys really seem to be against for some reason, and one that I am absolutely in awe with the idea of signing, is Dries Mertens. Leeds United want Dries Mertens, and the attacker has now admitted that he is a little bit baffed that he is being let go by Napoli. Apparently, they have a week to decide whether they are going to extend his contract, and he's surprised that it's taken him this long, that they've kind of been toing and throwing with it, and they've kind of thrown him under the bus. He feels that they've waited so long to let him know, and now they're basically telling him, you know what, mate, you can go for free. He has come out quoted saying, I'm going to take my time for this. I want to make the right choice. I want to find a good club. I'm calm, but I think a lot about my choice. I thought I'd stay at Napoli. It's strange that they've waited so long. Regarding the contract extension at Napoli, I haven't heard from anyone yet. I hope in the coming days or weeks I'll let you know. So he wants to make the right choice. He wants to go to a good club. Not a lot of other top clubs are in for him. Obviously, there's clubs like Newcastle and the likes who would probably be able to offer him more money. Will they be able to offer him as much game time? Probably not. Maybe I'd say they could, but either way, it does look again like Leeds and Newcastle are gunning after the same man, along with Everton following in the shadows. Now, I think this would be a very good move. I know you guys don't, but for me, for experience, even if he featured off the bench, he played half the games, you cannot buy this kind of experience, man. This kind of top-level experience, if he pitches in with 5 to 10 goals in key games, he will be a great signing. He's coming on a free. He'll be able to improve the players around him. He will instantly just evoke a big feeling around Ellen Road. You know, if we are to lose someone like Rafinha, we need someone who can get the fans excited. Someone like Dries Mertens is someone who's going to get you excited. He's going to get you putting his name on the back of your shirt. He's going to get fans flocking to the stadium with this giddy feeling in their stomach, with the potential of seeing him play for Leeds United. It's something that raises the whole status of the club. It's something that raises our European status. It raises our status in other countries. It's the similar thing with the Rodrigo thing. People turn their nose up at it, but they don't see how big it is in the long term of increasing a club's fan base, of increasing a club's stature with not only fans from abroad but players from abroad that want to come over to Leeds. And I think it would be a great move, and we'd be foolish not to do it. Now, a move that is a little bit more out there is Leeds' stalking of Standard Liège midfielder Nicolas Raskin. That is right, according to Belgian daily La Dernière Rue, Leeds United are among a number of clubs showing interest in Standard Liège's 21-year-old midfielder Nicolas Raskin. The Belgian under-21 international is being monitored by local as well as foreign clubs, with Genk, Club Brugge and Lille all among interested parties. The central midfielder has been a regular for Liège and the Jules Pro League over the past 2 seasons. He was promoted to the club's first team after spending 6 months with the under-21 side after having joined them from Ghent in the 2019 transfer window. He's made 78 appearances from them, primarily from the centre midfield spot, scoring 4 goals and assisting 7. Now, is this someone that you would be a little bit more excited to see? He's apparently rumoured to be costing just around 5 million euros, a bit of a far stretch from someone like Morgan Gibbs-White, a bit of a stretch from someone like Tyler Adams. I'm not so sure. I think we need more experience. Maybe if you're talking about putting him in the youth setup again, but I think with a signing like this, they're talking about actually getting him into the side. Nicolas Raskin, for me, if we ask to lose someone like Calvin Phillips, it's not good enough for me. I do want to be going for more of a renowned midfielder. Like I say, maybe if you're keeping him as backup and you're going to put him in the youth setup, then that could be an option. Do you guys want this? Do you think we need another young midfielder like that? Let me know down below. But for me, I'm not too sold on it right now. And something that we aren't going to be sold is, of course, Danny Ings, with Aston Villa apparently uninterested in selling the Englishman. Who would have thought? The guy that they only just signed very recently, they don't want to sell him to either Leeds or Man United. Shock, horror. But those are the big stories for the day. Let me know what you guys think about them down in the comment section down below. Which one excites you the most? Let me know. But for now, guys, I will see you very, very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and sisters.